Alright, let's try this again. Last time I recorded this, the game completely crashed, which was sweet. Of course, now it... Oh, hey, there it goes. Finally caught up. So, I'm gonna speed this up since I already did it once, and I don't want to do it again. I'll give you the highlights in this one. They have basically all destroyer killers on their team, so I can't go too balls deep and try and shoot stuff very early. And I also don't typically launch twerps at the beginning of a match very often, just because the reload is so long at this point that if I need them, or I see a target that's an opportunity, I've just wasted and I've got to wait. And this is with all the perks, all the modules. It's a minute and a half. It's a long time to wait, which is also probably why you don't see destroyer replays of Japanese destroyers anyway, because it's not very exciting. At least to watch without a voiceover. It's just like, ooh, yay, a replay. So I gotta give a lot of credit to Arun and Nozoop and all the other guys that have been doing this for a while. It's a lot harder to keep up running monologue than you would think. I don't talk a lot anyway, so talking to nothing is hard. So much to my surprise, torps I launched through the spawn don't really hit anything. You do see a Kiev pop up right there, but it basically wasn't gonna hit them because they were all going the other direction out of the spawn anyway. Let's speed this up and get some more stuff going on here. Replays do some really weird stuff.
Attention, reporting a target position. Torpedoes, direct front.
Yeah, so I thought I was gonna hit this Turpitz, but I did not. He cut speed and turn hard, which is basically a good response to any torpedo launch ever, unless they launch behind you, which, like, you're screwed. Thought I was gonna hit him, but he just squeaks by. I think the Fletcher may have seen those torpedoes go by, and so that's why he saw him and was able to dodge him, but I'm not sure. Let's speed this up some more. I basically can't go too crazy because there are so many DDs up, and that Kiev is, yeah, he's right there, still hanging around. I really hope they work on the replay system. World of Tanks is a really nice one. I mean, I know it didn't have it at launch, and I played that for a couple years too, under obviously the same name. But it works really well. This has not worked so well. Every time I've tried to do a replay recording or anything, it crashes the game and then freezes my computer up and I have to reboot. And so the recording doesn't complete and I lose the replay I just recorded. Which is actually the first time I've just done it off of a replay. Normally I have to do it live, which makes for a difficult time to get footage because when you have a crap game, what's the point of putting that up? Anybody can have a crap game. So I thought this Izumo was, I kept waiting for him to go around the island, but he started slowing up, so I'm thinking, oh hey, he's gonna stop and possibly reverse, so I dump a spread on him, but good on him, he completely fooled me, and picks right back up to go around the island. But I'm thinking, oh, hey, I could possibly ambush him. Which would be awesome, right? Yes. Oh wait, no. I'll do that later. There's an ambush. Mostly it's me just running away from this Kiev right now who completely ignores me. He's all focused on the Colorado. You'll see in a moment. Can't say I blame him for having his attention there. Personally, if I were him, I would have probably not done what he did. I even tried and warn the Colorado too. Simply because taking me out of the match would have probably benefited his team maybe a little bit more. At least I think. I also typically never waste shots on cruisers unless I really have no better targets around. It's largely a waste of time. They're so agile and so fast that you'll just blow your load, so to speak. I usually just tab on them to keep an eye on which direction they're turning, which direction they're going, because it'll kind of give me an idea of my maneuvering space, basically. As this thing is slow, I've got the speed flag on and I'm doing 36 knots. Everything at this tier does 36 knots, or pretty close anyway. But I see he's heading back down to try and help his Turpits out, who is just YOLOing the crap out of a good quarter of my team. So the Colorado did live through his encounter with the Kiev. I'm not sure who killed. I think he gets the kill on him, but he took a lot of damage, had to use a repair party and all that fun stuff. So, but I see these two guys up there, and I know you don't see the indicator marker anymore, but I did have them selected, and the marker was the same for both of them, so I figured, why not? I'll just dump something at both of them and see what happens. And as is the case with a lot of torpedoes, if you can cover a lot of sea, you can cover a lot of ships. And this poor guy, he was doing everything right. He just had bad luck and just made a wrong turn and couldn't correct it because he was taking fire from 3 ships, at least. And boop. But it's taken me 10 minutes to get my first damage at all. Some matches are like that. It sucks. I thought I was going to get the Otago too, but Buddy Astrid, but he turns right through it. So I spot the Izumo again. I always typically try and target the highest tier battleship I can. It just makes sense. It's like going after the strongest of whatever, especially if you got a ship that's, equipped to deal with it. So I'm thinking I'm going to ambush this guy right around the island, or, try and maybe keep a little bit of range. But at this point, he would have detected me anyway had he come around. So I'm like, well, screw it. He seems to have stopped again. So I'll just YOLO it, because he's completely focused on our Colorado and Iowa. But I don't blame him. He has no idea I'm here at this point. So I'm thinking, this is going to be glorious. Because, yeah, nice fat 60,000 damage stat pad right here. And also taking out their tier 9 battleship, which would be great. Except for our Iowa. Why? Why would you do this? It makes no sense. He would have died from that. But no! Yeah, go away and throw your half-health Iowa away. Freaking moron. Thanks for having me reload. I really enjoyed that. In a hell of a shot, I just kind of tossed some torps at the Colorado just because, as I said, the last time I attempted to record a damn replay of this match, every Colorado player I've run into, and you see it in this match twice, are just idiots. Sorry. But it's something about that ship that just makes people lose their mind.
Torpedoes, astern!
I hated seeing them in ranked. I hate seeing them in random. They're typically terrible, it feels like. I don't know why. But, and in typical Colorado fashion, he takes that one right on the nose. Because, you know, he totally didn't pay attention to me almost deleting his Izumo. And it's not like I wasn't spotted. I was. At this point, the match is pretty much wrapped up. I have no idea how. And instead of capping, because that's kind of a jackass move to do, I cut through the cap. That's the fastest way to get over there. And I know I won't cap it in time to actually end the match either. I didn't do a whole lot of damage this match, but it just seemed to be effective enough damage, basically, to be useful, I guess. I ended up somewhere like, I don't know, third or fourth for experience in the match. And it's just fine. This guy I dumped Torps at just because he's basically got nowhere to go at this point anyway. And, hey, well, you know, what's another 10,000 credits for a Torp launch? Then I realized, oh, I should probably start shooting him because he might die before my torpedoes actually get there. Which happens a lot when you're a destroyer. Shocking, I know. So I shoot him and sit and smoke and sit and smoke and shoot him. Sit and smoke and shoot him. Shoot some more. Yeah. But I'm going to stop the recording right here because that torpedo right there actually does hit him. And I don't want the replay